Hey, how you doing? Trader Joe's and Charlie at the soccer field in Mineola. Really nice looking sky today. It's kind of hot. It's around 85 degrees Fahrenheit. We walked about 2.5 miles to get here. Tried to walk on shaded streets. Try to play. There's like this area here is kind of shaded from the trees that are up there because the sun's behind us. And I'm hoping nobody comes to play like they did last time. It'd be kind of nice. You can see the shade now because the sun's a little different. And I try to throw this toy for him within the shaded area. Sometimes it goes beyond it though because it's only maybe 10-15 feet over that way. But I keep plenty of water. I have many, maybe 3 or 4 liters of water in this bag here because it's very hot. They don't sweat, and he tends to get, when he goes to pick this toy up, he ends up picking up some pieces of grass. You know, it's just uncomfortable for him. But he loves to play more than he seems to be aware of his own biological needs, and he'll play himself well beyond fatigue and exertion, and almost get himself ill in the process. So I try to think for him, obviously, because they don't really have much of a sense of good sense of self-preservation. They'd rather just play till they pass out, Anyway, so it's been maybe 2 weeks or so since I did that last video. I really have not gotten many or any comments really on anything I put out, so I'm thinking that maybe this is not really the best format for me, but it's about the easiest way I could do it right now. And if at some point I did get the tripod I was talking about in the previous video. So I have a tripod and I have a clamp holding the phone on it, kind of like a Gorilla Pod type of a deal. And I'll put I would get the tripod and let's say I place it down, and then I could maybe set up a little table and do a little EDC video. I want to do an EDC video. I have a couple of knives coming. Currently I use a Spyderco Paramilitary 2 that I've had for several years now. But I'm having some difficulty keeping it sharp. I've had it sharp for several years actually, and I strop it. But I think I tried to sharpen it, and I ended up kind of reprofiling it slightly, and I just don't really have a good skill with. Even though I have some really good sharpening systems, I need to either redefine myself that way or maybe get some help. So I'm thinking of maybe either sending it out to somebody or just going to town on it. But in the meantime, what I did was I saw somebody was selling a used one on eBay, and I got it for like $90, and I'm gonna once it comes, I'll see if that is considerably sharper than what I have right now, and maybe I'll start using that one. But the thing I like about the one that I currently have is I got it was modified for me by Randy Johnson, Solo's Knife Review, and he rounded the spine, he stone washed the blade and all the hardware, so it's all kind of unique and everything, and I really like it. But and the other part is where the blade meets the ricasso. I believe it should have a sharpening notch because it tapers down dramatically at the ricasso, and I'd like to see about getting that brought up. If I had it with me here, I could show it, but I don't have it to show. But it works fine. It's just that I think it would look a little better. Either way, and then I also ordered aside from that used Paramilitary 2, I ordered a new from Boker. They make a there's a guy that makes custom knives, and I guess he partnered with Boker, and I'm trying to remember the name of the knife, but it's like the ladleless or something like that. I got to take a look. I can't remember the name of it. I'm doing it off the top of my head, but it's a frame lock and has a really nice looking shape to it, and a fuller that runs along the length of the blade that looks nice to me. So I ordered that. I had to order it directly from Boker because I couldn't find any knife sellers that had it in stock. And it's made of D2 steel. So, I don't know. There's a bird flying around over there right now. It has like a unique kind of a whistle to it. And I believe it might be a sandpiper. Even though we're not near the water right now, the ocean is that way. And it's also way down south that way, maybe 20 miles that way. But it's maybe 10 miles that way. And I've been noticing some of these sandpipers, wherever there's like a big field or anywhere where there's some sand, and there is some sand piles over that way. Yeah, they might be nesting over there. I just refilled this bowl. Eat up. Eat up. See? I lost the video for a second. He's so afraid that I'm going to take the toy from him or something that he does not want to put it down too far away from whenever he goes to drink. On the other side of this fence is the pool for the town. There's a lot of people back behind this fence that are sitting around the edge of the pool. Yeah, the Boker knife that I ordered is kind of nice looking. It's like I said, it was a frame lock, and I'm curious about it. I like to see how it feels in hand. It has kind of a unique shape to the handle. I like to mix it up once in a while and try out a different EDC knife for a bit. He's excited. Doesn't he look a little bit like Petey from Little Rascals? I got a feeling that dog Petey from Little Rascals was a terrier of types. I think it has a little bit of his shape of his head. But I think that dog was a bit bigger than him. Speaking of that dog in TV shows like that from the 40s, but I think about, their recollections of that time, and, I don't know why I think morbidly like this, but about like the mortality of dogs and things. And I know that they live for like 15, 20 years, say, all right? So let's say in the course of your life, if you just get one dog after another, like how many are you going to have in the course of your life if you kept having them? Let's say I live another 30 years. I could probably have 2 more dogs after him. I hope not. I hope it'd be nice if he could just live the whole rest of his life along with me, but I gotta be realistic, unfortunately. I really wish that, they say that humans are living quite a lot longer than they used to. I really wish that they could find a way to extend the life of dogs. If they could make them live like 25 years, it would be really nice. Sometimes you get like a dog like him, and he's like, to me, he's very unique, and we just get along really well, and and I think that someday, at some point, he's going to pass on, and if I get a different one after him, what are the odds that one will be like him? I know that a lot of his behavior is a result of how I trained him. And I would hope that another one would be similar to him, but I know that they all kind of have their own unique personalities. And they're not all the same. They're not all cut from the same mold. They're all, they have all different experiences with, before you get them. And all of that plays into how they end up, how their behavior is set. And I think about, like, when I first got him, he was basically the first dog that I trained myself. And I remember, he was a puppy, and I remember I had like a bag of treats, and every time he did something that I liked, like whenever he would go to the bathroom outside, and he would, every time he would do it, I would say, good boy, and I'd say, get busy, or whatever, and then he would do it on command, and I would give him the treat. And like now, I don't have to do that. I don't have to give him a treat. I could just say the words, and he'll just do it. And I've not given him a treat in years, And, assuming, let's say at some point I get a new dog, that dog will have no experience with that, and I'll have to train that dog from the beginning, and I'll have to keep the bag of treats in my pocket and basically do the whole thing all over again. But I guess everyone knows that. I like seeing the sky like this, like where it's light blue near the horizon, and then it gets darker and darker as it gets near the top of the sky. I like when he rolls like that. As far as EDC items go, I'm curious if anyone else has the same type of experience as me. I kind of got into flashlights for a little while. Like, I was into knives and everything for a long time, and then, once I kind of got everything I needed, I kind of like leveled off, and I didn't really need any other knives. So I started getting into flashlights, and I bought dozens and dozens of flashlights. I tried to get either high-end ones or cheap, really good quality ones. And currently I mostly carry every day I carry a Maritac flashlight that I got from CountyCom. It's made of copper, and it's a nice size. It's a AAA flashlight, and it has like a good amount of lumens. It's enough to light up quite a lot of my way. You know, I mean, it's not like an amazing thrower. It's not like I could shine it down there and hit that that other goalpost or anything. You know, maybe I could get it a quarter of the way down this field, maybe. But it's enough, you know, for a AAA, and for what I need it for. You know, I mean, but mostly I'd like to be able to just aim it at something like a pole and be able to go up it and see details up there, or like a tree, if there was like something up in the tree or something like that. You know, that's about the furthest I need it to be. I don't need it to be able to go and, you know, hit stuff, you know, all the way to the top of that tower up there or something like that. You know, I don't need that. I have other flashlights that have the lithium-ion batteries, you know, the rechargeable ones, and you know, some of them are, you know, 200 or 300 lumens, you know, and some of that could probably easily do that. But I find them to be a little too big, and even though they may be short, they're kind of fat, like the size of your thumb, they're kind of fat, and it's easier for me, you know, even though I'm not complaining. The size of them kind of gets to be a bit of an irritant to me, having something like that size in your pocket. Even though it's not that long, it's kind of wide. You know, anything that's like the size of your thumb in your pocket, it's kind of like, it's a little too much. But like your pinky is kind of a good size. You know. And I'm curious if anyone else had any experiences similar to that with flashlights and EDC flashlights, and which brands you ended up going with, and what kind of lumens and what kind of battery power did you end up opting for. A long time ago, when I used to need flashlights for my job and everything, you know, I basically always used like 1 or 2 AAA battery flashlights, you know, like even like a mag light type of deals, you know, like those were enough for me, you know. But since that time, since those mini mag lights and stuff, you know, obviously flashlights have gotten much better, and you know, I like the idea of being able to throw a lot of light pretty far out, but I also want it to be convenient and not have it die on me in the middle of the day when I need it, and not have any ability to get some new light and, you know, new power into it. And you know, having a AAA battery in there really expands my ability to keep it going. You know. Because if it's the type that needs to be recharged and you have to put it in a charger, you know, who walks around with the charger on them? I know some of them have built-in like USBs and stuff like that you could just recharge it inside the battery, the flashlight itself. But I don't really carry them. I have 1 or 2 like that. But even those, like, you kind of have to partially disassemble it and put the you know, screw on the end of it that have the USB connector onto it, and you know, I don't carry that around with me. A brand of battery that I like is Eneloop brand. It's from Panasonic. They seem to be really good flashlights. I mean, good batteries for them. I think I gotta refill up his bottle here. See, now I got a liter. When I initially sat down here, I was in the shade. Looks like I have to move over a little bit. So this is a small little piece of yoga mat. Yeah, this is the night cord tube, but you have to plug this into a USB just to keep it charged. And granted, this does last a long time, many months. I don't need to recharge this thing, but I do find that if I do need it, there's a good chance it could be dead. Let's just check it out. Yeah, it's working. I think it's due to be recharged though. This one served me well for many years. This is from Phoenix, an LD01. What I liked about this one was that this went through the laundry maybe a dozen times and never had a problem with it. There's a little folding knife on there. The reason why and this is just for when I'm walking the dog, I have this. And the reason why I keep that little knife on there is because there was a time when I would walk him, and if I didn't bring anything like a bowl or anything like that for him, what I would often end up doing is like if I either bought or somehow got a bottle full of water, I could take the knife and cut it and make a bowl out of the bottle so he can drink out of it. As long as I had a knife, I could do that. So he must be getting tired because he's usually very eager to give the toy to me so I can throw it for him, but he must be getting hot and tired. Alright, well, I guess these two videos are going to be stitched together, I guess. And I think I had maybe 10 minutes on the other one, and I got about 20 minutes on this one. So it'll probably be about a half an hour long total video. I don't know if that's going to be too long for people. People find it to be boring. I don't know. So I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to pick it up next time, and then I'm going to try to look into getting bringing the tripod with me, and then maybe doing an EDC video. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you do, subscribe, share, like it. Give me some comments. I appreciate all my viewers. At this point, there seems to be 0. All right. Take it easy. Have a good day.